Hey guys!
Hi!
Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another Slice of Life. Thanks for joining in and having a slice of life with us. We have something very funny and very special for you today. So today is going to be a story time. I know Lace did a story time not too long ago with the trip to Las Vegas, getting stopped by the cop. I remember when I first heard the story, I thought it was really funny, and I told her, I said, look, that's got to be a story time that you put in the video. So today's story time is brought to you by a family member's wedding when we went to Georgia, and it involves getting a guy kicked out or basically put in the doghouse, which is kind of fitting that Chasa is here now. So and he's out of breath because he's been a little turd today chasing Cora around.
And other people and kids, because he wants to play with everybody.
Yeah.
Even when he's not supposed to. So like what Matt said earlier, this video is going to be about one of the funniest stories that we have together, and I am not going to lie, I am not ashamed of what happened at all. The guy had it coming, okay? That's all I'm going to say. You ready to tell the story?
Ready.
Let's go. So this story started at the wedding. It was an out-of-state wedding, so we had to fly in and stay at a hotel, and everything was supposed to be fine. I made the hotel reservations, we got the tickets, everything was good, and we went on the trip. As we landed, Matthew got a call from one of his brothers saying, hey, the people from the hotel contacted me and they need your information or you guys are gonna not have a room for this weekend. What? What? No. So I went ahead and I called the hotel, and the lady said that she needed a credit card to hold it because they were overbooked, yada yada yada. And I worked in the hotels and I get that some reservations needed. However, when I called over a month ago to make the reservation, I gave the information of like dates, names, everything. And I asked the agent if he needed a credit card. He said no. And then I explained to her, listen, my husband is in the wedding party. Okay, we need a room. Y'all are hosting the rehearsal dinner. Don't even. And she said, oh, I can hold it if you give me your credit card information over the phone. It's fine. And I looked around. We were still on the airplane.
Yeah, we had just landed.
Yes.
So.
I told the lady, there is no way I will give you my credit card information over the phone right now. I'm surrounded. Everybody's still here. They haven't finished the procedures to even exit. No, I'm not doing that. So the only way we found to not lose the room was that the same brother put his card on hold so we can go ahead and check in later. So that was a relief. That
was the start of this story time, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's just the beginning. So once we got out of the airport, we called an Uber. Uber had a little bit of difficulty finding us. We had no idea where we were, first time in Georgia, so we had no clue.
Yep.
And then once we got the Uber there, we had no idea that there would be so much traffic at such an early point in the day.
Yes, because he had the rehearsal of the wedding less than an hour from when we landed. So, yeah, we didn't have to take any luggage or anything because we only had carry-ons. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we cut it so close. We're there like 5-10 minutes late for them.
And we it was like 5 or 10 minutes, but we planned it so good. And
yes.
I kept looking at the traffic once we landed and I got Wi-Fi. I was like, oh, we have time to spare. We're going to have like 20 minutes and we're good. We're so good. I slowly watched the freaking traffic meter just go higher and higher. Yes. But anyway, had to let him go. He was being a little bit restless. But anyway. So when we were on our way there, we were right around the area where the venue was, and there was a giant tree in the middle of the road. Yeah. And what we didn't know was there was a giant storm that took place the day before that we had got in, which kind of ties into the next part of the story.
Yes, so as we got to the hotel and checked in, everything was fine, and started doing the preparations to just enjoy the wedding. We had the rehearsal dinner, everything was fine. And afterwards, we were outside because they had the little fire pit. That's where we were all hanging out with the grooms. We were hanging out with some of our friends. And as we were having some drinks and talking, no other problem, 2 guys come out from the hotel. And we start talking to them, and they told us that they were staying at the hotel with their families because due to the storm, they didn't have electricity, anything. A lot of areas of that city that we were in were going through that. So that's one of the reasons why the hotel was almost overbooked. There were also another wedding that took the other space.
Oh, yeah.
So there were 2 weddings. There was the storm that took people out of the houses. So there was a lot going on. So they start talking to us.
And we're nice people, so we talk back. You know, we're like, okay, party crashers, but whatever. They've had a couple beers. We have beers in our hand. It invites conversation, so it was okay. But continue.
Yes, so we were talking to them and they were explaining that they were there with their wives. And I looked around and I said, but there's only the 2 of you. Where are the wives? And they said they were doing laundry.
Well, you can imagine that sat well with her.
Which, yes, it already ticked me off wrong because it was Friday night. You guys went through all this with the storm in your houses and your wives are doing laundry and you're here?
Drinking a beer, chatting with strangers.
Yes, and I asked, so why don't you go and help? And one of them, the biggest star of the story, let's call him Jay. Why? I don't know.
I was going to say, I don't know why Jay. Who's
I don't know
Jay?
his name, but now he's Jay. Jay had the audacity to turn to us and said, I don't like how she folds the laundry. So I will do mine later.
To which I just pulled one of the Kermit memes, just like...
At this point, I know the guy has 3 kids. So the wife is doing her laundry and the 3 kids. And he's going to do his separately because he doesn't like how she folds it. So I'm already not liking Jay, okay? Now the other dude, I'm going to call him...
Bob.
Bob.
Beat her to it.
There you go. Bob is over there cringing as well with what his friend said. He's going with you and just like, nothing is happening. Beautiful day outside.
Yep.
And I gave Jay crap, obviously, because what kind of guy are you that your wife is doing laundry and you're here having a beer with us?
With people you have no idea who they are.
So we're talking a little bit more. I'm already not feeling Jay very much. When his wife comes around.
Who can I tell this part? So, like she just said, the wife comes in. Let's call her Sheila. I don't know why. It's the first thing that pops into my head.
Sheila and Jay. That's
Sheila
a
and
horrible
Jay.
wedding invitation. Let's go with it.
So Sheila comes around the corner with 2 sports bags. So
2.
It was 2
There
at the
were
time.
3.
No, there were more in the car.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There were some at the beginning.
It gets worse.
So for let's picture a punching bag. The punching
Yes.
bags you hang from the ceilings. This is how big these laundry bags were. And one of their kids is a teenager who's very active in sports, I think it was.
I don't know.
So-
it's a lot of laundry.
Yeah.
Doesn't
A
matter
lot of
why.
laundry.
A lot of laundry.
So she comes by with these 2 bags and just, Jay is talking to her over the fence like, oh, you doing okay? What's going on? And not even asking if she needs any help or anything at all.
And I told him, are you not gonna go help her? Because at first we only saw her coming carrying something. And then I asked him, and he was like, nah, she got it. And when she got closer and I saw the sizes of the bag, I was like, can I help you? Because I felt bad for her.
Yeah.
They looked heavy. And yet, he would not get his ass up to help his wife.
It still gets better. So me and Bob are just kind of like, ha ha ha, chuckling nervously as she's getting more mad at Jay. Sheila walks by us with these giant bags of laundry. And then when she comes back, there are still more bags of laundry that she's got to go get out of the car. So when she gets those, that's where it starts to get interesting.
Because she now gets mad because he's still not offering.
And we're calling him out in front of them. And she's
she
probably
asked-
embarrassed.
And she asked him, you want to help? And he again joked, you got this. And she's like, yeah, sure, I got this. All of us now, even I, were like,
This is only going to end poorly.
that's not going to end well. And Bob is over there like, oh, this is so going to end badly. And she walks in with the remaining bags of laundry. And he continues to talk to all of us like nothing is happening. And then 5 minutes later,
She opens the door. Get your ass in here. Not those exact words, but something to that
Pretty
effect.
much.
You could see the look on her face. this was not gonna go well.
No.
So then he goes inside. We start joking with Bob about how bad this is gonna go. And here's the most fun part of the entire story.
Not even 10 minutes
Yeah, I was gonna say
after
5-10 minutes.
he left with his wife.
No, he didn't leave with his wife. Oh, you're saying when he left into the building with his wife. Oh, my bad.
After he went inside the hotel with her, after she pretty much... He comes out.
And she's not with him.
No. And he has a backpack, a luggage. He's leaving.
Literally sent to the doghouse.
Yes.
They have, like most of the people at the hotel, why they were there, no power. No, I don't know what else to say. No, I don't know how
It was
bad
cold.
it was. It was pretty
It
chilly.
was cold. It wasn't like, oh my god, it's freezing, that he's gonna die. No. He's fine. He wouldn't be comfortable, but he was fine. He was an ass, and his wife punished him accordingly. And it was so pleasurable to me because as he was leaving, yes, the revenge, the feeling of accomplishment of an idiot husband that doesn't understand it's not her job to do all the kids' laundry. It's their job, not her job. It's their kid, not her kid.
Right.
And he, as he was leaving, he said it thinking it was going to upset me.
I don't know. where she's
Looking
going.
at Bob, he said, "You can thank your new best friend for this," and walked away.
You know, I don't remember that part.
He said it.
He did?
He looked at Bob and said, "You can thank your new best friend for this," and left.
So I don't remember that
Oh,
part.
I remember that.
I'm just
I remember
like,
vividly.
I was just sitting in awkward silence as he's making his walk of shame to the car. I'm like, I mean, and at first, like, I know she didn't feel bad whatsoever, but at first I did feel bad because it was just like such an awkward situation. But then, you know, as she explained it, she started to feel bad, and then she's like, no, you know what? I don't feel bad, which I get. And then I started to feel the same way. I'm like, yeah, dude, you really messed up. And then it gets better for Bob. So Bob is just sitting there, cracking open some cold ones with us, and I mean, we're nothing against the guy.
No.
Like
He even agreed with us, like, yeah, he messed up. You don't treat your significant other that way. It's a partnership. She's not your maid. She's not in charge of stuff. How is it okay? And he was even saying, those bags were huge.
Yeah.
Even if you're not to help her do the whole thing, the minimum of humanity. Because I told her, do you need help carrying them? They were heavy. And he wouldn't do that for his wife carrying their children's laundry? No. So Bob was even like, yeah, no. He messed
couldn't
up.
defend his best friend.
No.
So we never really saw Sheila after that, so I assume she's like, you know what? Now I got this on my own, and you're not going to be any part of it, and you're not going to be able to have drinks, and that's that.
Nope.
Meanwhile, I think Bob was saying that his wife was already, like, didn't have a whole lot of laundry. Like,
Yeah,
his
no.
wife had laundry to do, but not mountains and giant punching bag laundry bags full of laundry. I
Because
said laundry.
for Bob, I think it was just them, and they had like one kid. It was a little.
Yeah.
It was not the same situation at all. And apparently, he did talk to his wife about it because he stayed and had beers with us and everything. And it was so funny because the rest of the wedding party came back, and I was laughing still for like 10-15 minutes. I just
About the whole
couldn't stop
situation.
laughing. And the remaining of the wedding party that went somewhere else arrived, and they asked what happened, and I couldn't even tell the story. He had to tell them because it just felt good.
She gets like that with funny stories too. She just can't, like, she can't continue telling the story, so it was
No.
pretty funny at the time.
But I think that's all of that story.
I think that's the full story.
Yeah, and I have no shame in what happened because, like I said before, a relationship in any way, shape, or form is a partnership. And obviously, it's not something that was agreed on that she was okay with it. Otherwise, she wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, even though Bob, Jay, and Sheila, those aren't their names, if you're somehow watching this story happened, and it's not, I don't know, it might go viral. I don't think it will, but it might go viral. Yeah, you can always assume, but just a funny story. Like, Jay, man. Man.
We can't defend you, and I'm not
I
even
can't root
try.
for you, man.
But we just wanted to say that it was a great story that definitely got into the books. The entire wedding, we're talking about it afterwards. So it was definitely one of the great stories of that weekend. And we hope you guys all like it. So you know the drill. Leave a comment downstairs. What's your favorite story? What in the wedding? What happened? Tell us. We want to know. Hit that like button. Subscribe. We're gonna have the video coming up also of the latest one that we posted. Send it to everybody if you like it. If you don't, send it to your enemies.
Now she's
Anything
stealing my line.
else? I came up with that line and you stole. You stole. So thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for watching.